Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the online Pali reading class, day 5. Right, so we will first pay respect to the Buddha, and then we'll get started. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Right, let's go to our slide over here. So during the class, I'm kindly asking everybody to mute their microphones, Zoom, but when I ask you to recite the certain sections, you can send a wave on the chat. I know that you want to recite from the group. All right, so we are going into a new topic today. As you can see, the new topic is Maṅgala Sutta, right? So everybody knows what it is. But I think let's discuss a little bit about Maṅgala Sutta before we go to our text over here. This is Kuddakapata section 5. Actually, Maṅgala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, and Metta Sutta, they are also given in another place in the Kuddaka Nikaya. Can somebody remember that place? Where are those suttas given again? There is another book in the Kuddaka Nikaya where you see the same suttas. Sutta Nipata. We call it. Now, this is Kuddakapata. It's called Sutta Nipata. So that means when somebody asks you, where can I read Maṅgala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Metta Sutta? There are two places. One is Kuddakapata, first book of the Kuddaka Nikaya, and also in the Sutta Nipata, you can see the three suttas. Huh? Okay. Let me ask you a couple of questions before we jump into the sutta. So, what is Maṅgala? It's a very simple question to many, but hopefully there may be other thoughts. Anybody wants to say what is Maṅgala? Especially within the context of the Maṅgala Sutta.
Blessing.
Blessing. That is the most famous translation, right? How do we understand Maṅgala in the context of the Maṅgala Sutta? Now, there is a literal meaning and there is a translation. There are two things to consider here. In the commentary, it says Mang means hell, Ga means journey or travel into the hell, and La means to cut, cutting any traveling of somebody's journey to the hell. Actually, when you do not do the Mangalas, blessings in the Maṅgala Sutta, what will happen to you? You will be going through two types of hells. One is the hell that you know here, suffering. I mean, dissatisfaction in your family, relative, among your family circles, your relative circles, your friend circle. The other hell is probably somewhere else after the birth. So that means Maṅgala means there are ways. How many ways? How many Maṅgalas are there in the Maṅgala Sutta?
37.
38.
38. So if you follow these 38, you can stop your falling into the two types of hells. One is the hell that we feel in our family circles, life circles. The other one is the birth, right? So that is a literal meaning. Mang means hell. Ga means traveling to the hell. La means cutting. So I'm going to show that by maybe drawing or something. So just for your primary knowledge, what we have to understand here is that there are 38 Mangalas, blessings that we, okay, are these Mangalas happening naturally or we have to create them? Now these 38 Mangalas, huh?
We have to
Are they
create.
happening naturally, automatically, or like you go to the temple, you listen to chanting, or happening automatically? Oh, these Mangalas have to create. You have to create them.
Create them.
You have to create them. These Mangalas don't happen just the way you think. That those Mangalas, yes, you go to a temple, maybe you listen to a chanting, you just pay your respect. It depends on the words of the Buddha. At the same time, the person who is chanting. Right? Anybody can chant, huh? Isn't it? Anybody can chant the suttas, right? Even a drug dealer can read the text, right? Isn't it? Right? Why not? It's a text. Why not? But what is going to work? The person who is chanting has to have two things. One is the compassion, unconditional karuna or metta, both. At the same time, that person should be a good person, virtuous person, at least has the 5 precepts and the rest of the sila. They are very important, right? All right. So this is just to give you a background knowledge about a couple of things. There are a lot of things to discuss. Now let's get into our text. All right. Maṅgala Sutta. Now I want to just draw this thing again. Mang. See. You could say this could be. This is the literal, yeah, hell. This G part. Sorry, you have to say like this. G part. Huh? G part is going. It's like this way. Going. And then le part is cutting. Cutting, maybe trimming. Let's say cutting. Cutting is better. So cutting the possibility. Let's say possibility. Cutting the possibility of going to a hell. All right. So as I told you, there could be two types of hells. That is hell or hells that we experience here in the human world, right? In the human world. And the second is hells after rebirth. All right. Let me put like this. So there are two types, hells that we experience in the human world and the hells after rebirth. All right, so now I'm going to the chanting part. See, chanting part is very important. So today I did some changes. Don't worry, I'm not going to change a lot. because there were some people who cannot commit. So I had to change the names and those, people. So if you go to the text over here, all right, so we have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So maybe because it's a very short area, maybe I would ask 8 groups to read whole part of here, right? Probably maybe 1 to 3, maybe 4 to 5. Let's go from 1 to 3 first. Maybe I can ask from group 1. Anybody from group 1 who would like to read from number 1 to number 3? Pali Banna, not English translation.
Bhante, can I read?
Are you from group 1?
Yes.
What's your name, please? Can you please
Anand.
identify? Anand. Okay, go ahead, Nana.
Evaṁ me sutang ekang samayang bhagava savithyam viharati jetavane anatha.
Can you read this part again?
Savathyam.
Okay, good.
Ekang samayang bhagava savathyam viharati jetavane anatha pindakasya arame.
Can you go for this one again?
Anatha pindikasya.
Pindikas.
Pindikatsa.
Okay, please go ahead.
Athakho anyatara devata abhikantaya rattiya abhikanta vanna kevala kappang.
Chetavana.
Yes.
Ubhasetva. Yena bhagava tena upasankami.
Okay, great. Okay, so we will ask somebody from group 2 to read 4 to 5. Group 2.
Bhante, I try.
Are you from? Can you identify yourself? Your name?
Me. Ui.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Upasankamitwa Bhagavantam Abhivadewa Eka Matam Attasi.
Can you read this one again?
Attasi.
Attasi. This is a small issue.
Attasi.
Not attasi. Te.
Attasi.
Not attasi. May see the 2 dots under the letters. So if there are no 2 dots, attasi. If there's a dot, it has to be te. Attasi.
Attasi. Attasi.
Great.
Ekam mantam tinta kosa dewata Bhagavantam Gataya Ajabasi.
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 That's a yes.
Bahu Dewa Manusacha Maṅgalani Achintayam.
Achintayung.
Achantiyum. Akan Kahmana Sotanam. Brudi Maṅgalang Mutamang.
Okay, can you go for this one again? This part slowly.
Akan Kamana Sotanam Brudi Maṅgala Mutamang.
Did you say broody or bruhi?
Bruhi.
Bruhi.
Bruhi. Maṅgala Mutamang.
Great. Maybe I read one time before going to give to you. Evaṁ me sutang ekang samayang bhagava savathyang viharati jetavane anatha pindi kassa arame atha kho anyatara devata abhikantaya pratya abhikantavanna kevala Pang Jetavanam Obhasetva Yena Bhagava Tenupa Sankhami Upasankha Mitva Bhagavantang Abhivaditva Ekamantang Attasi, not Attasi, Attasi. Again, see, same Ekamantang coming. Ekamantang Tita, not Tita, Tita. Ko, this part we pronounce together. Sadevata. Sadevata. It's in a feminine way. Sadevata. Bhagavantang Gathaya Ajja Bhasi. Now we come to the verse part. Bahu Deva Manusa Cha. Not Cha, because there is no long A. Bahu Deva Manusa Cha. It's a short A. Cha. Maṅgalani Achinta Yung. Maṅgalani Achinta Yung. Akankha Mana Sotthanang Bruhi Maṅgala Muttama. All right, so we're going to ask from group 3 to read from 1 to 3. Somebody from group 3. Yeah, somebody from group 3. So we have, yes. We have Corina, G, Indradeep Singh, Shoni. All right, then we will ask somebody from group 4 to read 1 to 3.
Bhante, can I try? Ong Kiet Bin here.
Can you identify yourself first?
Ong Kiet Bin.
Okay. Group 4, huh? Okay.
Yes, group 4, yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Evam me sutam, ekang samayang, bhagava savatiyam, viharati chetavane, anatha pindikasa arame. Athako anyatara devata, abekantaya rattiya, abekantavana, kevalakapam, Chetavana Obhasetva Yena Bhagava Tenu Pasankami.
Okay, all right. Yeah, not bad. It's good.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Somebody from group 5 to read from 4 to 5.
Bhante and Suyong, Chan Suyong. Can
Okay.
I try?
Yeah, please.
My Pali is not very good.
That's
Try,
no problem. That's why you come here.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 4. Upasan kamitwa bhagavantam abhiwadetwa ekam mantam attasi ekam mantam tita ko sadevata bhagavantam gathaya ajabasi
Ajabhasi, yeah? Bha.
ajabasi bahu dewa manusa cha Maṅgalani achintayu akan kamana sotamnan bruhi Maṅgala mutaman.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So we're going to ask then somebody from group 6 to read 1 to 3.
Bhante, can I try?
Bhante?
Somebody said first. Are you both from the same group, group 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will give the chance to the first one, and then we'll give another chance to somebody, the same person, huh? Just the one who said second. What's your name? What's your name, sister? The second one?
G,
Huh?
G Malacca. Is it me, Bhante?
Who said first? Who wants to read?
No, I.
Okay, the first one to say that I want to read. Yeah, go ahead. From group 6. Hello.
Right, but
Yeah, please go ahead. The first one who said I want to read. Yeah, anybody of you, please.
Can I say Bhante?
Yes. What's your name?
Preeti,
Okay, good.
Evang me suttang, ekang samayang bhagava savathiyang viharati jetavane anatapindakassa
Pindi, not
arame.
pinda, pindikas.
Anatapindikassa.
Mhm. Yes, go ahead.
अथको इन्यतर देवता अभिकंताय रतिया अभिकंतवा अभिकंतवन्ना
Yes.
केवल कप्पस्य
Kevala kappang.
Kevala Kappam. Actually, I'm looking from mobile now, so it's quite difficult for me to zoom the screen.
Uh-huh.
Abhikantavanna Kevala Kappam Jetavanang Abhasetva Ena Bhagavata Ubhasetva Ena Bhagavata
Yena, not
Te
yena, not ena. Yena,
Ena
not
Ena
ena,
Bhagavata.
not ena. There's Y before that. Yena.
Okay, Ena Bhagava Tenu Sankami.
Tenupasankam. All right. All right, Preeti, next time we already gave a link beforehand, normally before a couple of days of the class. Please save that link so you can go to that link if you are joining only from the phone, right? Because that is very important. So please click on that link when we send. That is why we send early. So it's easy.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhante.
No problem. Okay. Somebody from group 7, right? Yeah, to read from 4 to 5. Group 7. If you don't have somebody from group 7, I remember that somebody was trying to read in this group 6. Huh? That person can.
All right, Bhante
Yes.
is.
What's
G
your name, please?
G time from Malacca.
Okay, great.
Number 4. Upasangkamitwa Bhagavantang Abhivadetwa Ekamantang Attasi Ekamantang Titako Sa Devata Bhagavantang Gataya Ajabasi Bahudeva Manusacha Mangalani Achintayum Akan Kamana
Not Akanka, it is
Akan Kamana Sotanang Bruhi Mangala Muttamang.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you. But
Here, I would give you kind of a shortcut to read. Now, when you come to this point, you have to read these two together because this is one deva. Sa devata.
Devata.
Upasankamitva bhagavantang abhivaditva ekamantang attasi full stop. Ekamantang tita ko sa devata. That deva. That is how we understand. Sa devata. That deva then said to the Buddha. Bhagavantang gathaya achyutas. All right. Now let's ask somebody from group 8 to read once again the first 3, 1 to 3. Last group. Do not worry, because everybody can make mistake. What we want to do is to learn how to pronounce, at least better than how we used to pronounce, right? Anybody from group 8? If not, I would ask anybody to read. Any of our participants who could not read so far. Okay, anybody here? Because we need the time for our
Bhante, I'm
discussion.
Annie from group 1. Can I try?
Yes, please.
Evang me sutang ekang samaya bhagava savatiyang viharati jetavane anatha pindikassa arame attako anyatara devata abhikantaya ratiya abhikantavana kevala kapang jetavana Obasetwa yena bhagava tenupasankami.
Okay, great. Here, Annie, it should be not obha setva. Okay, it's a H.
Obasetwa.
Great. So I think that most of the issues that I see from you is that sometimes when you see there is a long A, you are not lengthening it. Sometimes if it is a short A, you sometimes don't stop some.
Oh, I
Or
see.
if there is a H, you don't make the aspirate. These are the issues that I see. Other than that, there are no major issues in pronunciation. All right. Yeah, thank you. Now, anybody has any questions about the pronunciation here before we jump into the discussion? The whole section, because I only took from 1 to here. You know why I selected up until this first stanza? These were not what the Buddha said. This is what the narrator, the senior monks, said in the first council. Then the second stanza incident with the Maṅgala Sutta. So monks, whoever the monks, they describe what happened.
Bhante,
Yes.
I've got a question here.
Yes.
The
Go ahead.
dot, the end with the dot on top, above, and the dot below. What is the difference in the sound pronunciation, please?
Can you identify a word here from
All
the
right.
number?
Let's.
So you see number 2, there's
Two.
Samayanga, and
Right.
then this one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So A1, actually both are nasals. This is also nasal. This is also nasal. But this one is dental. So pretty much it comes from the nasal, but come from the teeth. Vanna, abhikanta vanna, the teeth. The main part of your mouth is the teeth. That is how you're gonna pronounce this in N. But here, this one, we call it simply the nasal. Evang me sutang. Mostly this could be coming from the cerebrum. Evang me sutang. So the teeth are not that much used in saying this M, the basic nasal, but this one is dental. Ekang samayang, but here pratya abhikanta vanna. So it's mostly the teeth that are helpful in pronunciation. Make sense?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Remember our first lesson, gutturals, dentals, cerebrals, palatals. That one you have to go through. Where those nasals, different nasals have to be pronounced. All right. Now let's go to the text over here. Now I said what is Maṅgala, and basically there are 2 meanings. literal meaning and then the translation. Literal meaning is cutting the path to the hell, and translation is blessing overall. And how many blessings are there once again? 38. They are on the way. And now this is still the story, but we'll go to the story. But before that, let me give you a brief idea about the story that you don't see here from the commentary. What must have happened over here? There was a time, especially before the Buddha started off reciting the Maṅgala Sutta, a man called Ditta Maṅgala. It's good to write down. Huh? Ditta Maṅgala. I am writing, okay, this first man. Huh? This is a man, Ditta Maṅgala. So Ditta Maṅgala said to other people, you know what is Maṅgala? I think Maṅgala is when you wake up early in the morning, what you see is the Maṅgala. Do people have this understanding, Dhamma folks, today? When you wake up, get up in the morning and you go out, you see your garden. Maybe the first person to see when you wake up, you see, okay, when I see this person early in the morning, I'm so blessed today. My whole work will be okay. Huh? And maybe the bird, maybe birds are chirping in your garden, that particular scenario, maybe somebody, something. That Ditta Maṅgala said, everything that you see when you wake up or during the day is what we call by Maṅgala. Okay, Ditta Maṅgala. So how it is basically happening? It is basically happening through your eyes, whatever you see since the day, starting of the day. Then there was another man, his name was Sutta Maṅgala. So some people say Ditta Maṅgalika, Sutta Maṅgalika, but I would say, sorry, not Sutta Maṅgala. Has to be Sutta Maṅgala. Sutta Maṅgala. So this Sutta Maṅgala said to other people, I don't think what you see is blessing. All right? Well, it is not what you see in the morning or during the day. It is what you hear. What is the first sound, noise, what you hear in the morning? Maybe a good word from somebody, a song, maybe a statement. That is Maṅgala. Then what is the primary sense faculty that is being used to acquire this knowledge, this blessing? Your ears. First one, your eyes, then ears. Then after some time, somebody said, his name is Mutta Maṅgala. Third person. I don't think what you see or what you hear can be Maṅgala, blessing. I think what you smell, what you taste, what you get touch. That means Gandha, Rasa, Pottabba. Right? They are the Maṅgalas, right? Whatever the food you eat. Actually, if you look at these three persons' ideas, actually, even in today's world, people still think they are Maṅgalas, right? In the morning, when you see, when you hear, when you eat, when you smell, people have this belief, more or less, right? So people, they were quarreling each other about what is Maṅgala. And then what happened? This idea of Ditta Maṅgala, Sutta Maṅgala, Mutta Maṅgala went to the human deities in the houses. You know, in Buddhism, we believe that each house has a deva, a good deva or bad deva, depending on the people. If the family is always quarreling each other, then maybe a bad deva is coming to that house, right? If the family is doing very well and in terms of their life, righteous life, a life that is based on Dhamma, there will be a good deva coming to that house, right? It all depends. So then the what you call the conflict among humans about the Maṅgala went into the devas, human devas, who are primarily living in the houses. Then those devas told to the terrestrial devas. Who are they called? Bummani, Yani the Bhutani Samagatani, Bummani va, Bumma Deva. They told to the Bumma Deva, terrestrial devas. Terrestrial devas also told this to aerial deva. Akasattacha Bummatta, I would say Akasatta. Oh, Yani the Bhutani Samagatani, Bummani vaya, Niva Antalikke, Antalikke Deva. So let's put this way. Humans, maybe I can draw that here. Let me do that. It's a little interesting to write it over, yeah? What happened here? First humans, huh? Humans, they had the issue. They said whatever they see, whatever they hear, and whatever they feel, touch, taste. Huh? Then this separation, this conflict went to the human devas. I put HD, human devas, who are primarily living in your houses. And they let this know to other people, especially the what you call terrestrial deva. Terrestrial deva. And they inform this to aerial deva. Devas in the sky. Then they inform this to the Chatum Maharajika devas, or higher devas. Huh? And this way, this went up to Sudassi Deva. Sudassi Deva. And finally, Akanitta, the highest devas. Huh? Akanitta Deva. They are the highest. They are Brahmas actually. We also call them Brahmas plus Devas. Human Deva, then, humans, human Deva, then terrestrial Bumma Deva, and then aerial, called aerial Deva, and then they inform this to Chatum Maharajika Deva, the first standardized type of Deva, and they inform this to all the other Chatum Maharajika, Yama, Tusita, Tavatinsa, Nimmanarati, Paranimita Vasavati, Brahma, Brahma Parisajja, Brahma Purohita, so on and so forth, going up. And they finally inform to what you call Sudassi Deva, and then Akarnitta Deva, the highest Deva. Has anybody ever heard the highest god in Buddhism? What is his name called? His name is Sakka, right? God Sakka, or Indra, in Sanskrit we say. This Sakka, at the end of his life, he even wishes to be reborn in the Akanitta Brahma world. Akanitta, highest Brahma world. Normally it is said Sakka wants to be reborn in the Akanitta. Now, ignorant humans want to be reborn in the Sakka place. Interesting, right? These ignorant, unenlightened human folks think, I want to be reborn in the Sakka Stavatinsa, or Chatum Maharajika. But Sakka knows that it is harder to be reborn in the Akanitta world, highest Brahma world. If you read the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, you see how the Akanitta world has been explained. Anyways, now what happened here was that the question whether Maṅgala is seen, the stuff that you see, Maṅgala, whether Maṅgala is what you hear, whether the Maṅgala is what you touch, taste, or smell, this issue went up to the Akanitta world from humans. It's very ironical and funny that Devas also separated into groups. Some Devas said it is Ditta Maṅgala, some said no, it is Sutta Maṅgala, some Devas said no, it is Mutta Maṅgala. Right? They also separated into three groups. Ditta Maṅgala, Maṅgala is what you call by what you see, Maṅgala by hearing, Maṅgala by smelling, tasting, touching. Then this was a big issue. This went for 12 years, this issue. this conflict, this conflict between conflict about what is Maṅgala. Then one day, the god Sakka was informed by many other gods, devas, yes, sir, we have a problem here. Now, humans and devas and brahmas, they all in conflict about what Maṅgala is. So, how do we know what is Maṅgala? What is really Maṅgala? Then the Sakka asked, okay, the best person to know this is the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. So we need to send one deva to where he is living now, to the Savatthi, and we will know from him. And now this is the story up to the Maṅgala Sutta's first section. All right. Now we're going to read what it is. Is it okay if I erase this part? Should be okay, huh? All right. Now, what is this part? Evang me sutang. Now, what does this mean? Somebody heard, right? This is not the direct speech, huh? Somebody heard. Evang. Evang means thus, or in this way. Me means I, or this is the objective part, accusative part. And sutang, heard. I heard in this way. Oh, thus have I heard. This is what I heard. Ekang samayang. Ekang samayang. What is samayang? Samayang means time. Samayang. Once upon a time or at one time. Bhagava. Bhagava means, I think I already explained to you what is Bhagava, right? Let me ask somebody from here. What does Bhagava mean? Don't say blessed one. Huh? That is, everybody knows. What is blessed one? Everybody can say blessed one.
The Buddha.
Huh? Yeah, he's the Buddha. We know that he's the Buddha. But what does Bhagavan?
The fortunate one.
That is another translation. That is correct. See, Bhaggaraga, Bhaggadosa, Bhaggamam. The Buddha eradicated the raga. Buddha eradicated the dosa. Buddha eradicated the moha. It won't come back again. Raga will not come back again. He uprooted. Now, what do we do normally in our life? If it is a tree, we just trim away some of the branches. Then what will happen?
Grow again.
Tree grows again, right? The Buddha uprooted that tree of craving, just upada. So Bhagava means the person who uprooted raga, uprooted dosa, uprooted moha. We always say blessed one, but blessed one means that just because you can call anybody, you are a blessed person. You are so blessed, right? So we want to know the real true meaning of the Bhagava. Okay? That is Bhagava. All right. Then Savattiya. What is this? Savatti. You can see here, Savatti. What is Savatti, Dhamma folks? Savatti. What is Savatti? Savatti is the ancient city. I would say the capital city of where? In which state? Republican state in India. Now you have to answer me. What is the capital city? Which you understand by Savatthi. To which state is the capital city of Savatthi? Savatthi is the capital city of the Republican state called Kosala. Kosala. All right? Kosala's capital city is Savatthi. Then, what is the capital city of Magadha? Magadha. What is it?
Vaishali.
No. Magadha's capital city is
Rajagaha.
Rajagaha. Rajagaha. It is said that when somebody goes from Rajagaha to Savatthi, on the way you are passing Vaishali. All right? That is how we understand. It's to the northwest of Rajagaha, Savatthi lies. Huh? Just to give you some of the background, so you learn that too, other than the knowledge. All right, so let's say this is Savatthi, and it is to the northwest. Rajagaha is here. All right, so this part Savatthi is under Kosala state, but this Rajagaha is under the Magadha state where the Bimbisara lived. All right. And why is it Savatthi? It is said that there was a very famous ascetic called Savatthi. That is why it was said Savatthi. And there's another meaning of another story as to why it is Savatthi. It is said that Savatthi means Sabbang Atti. Sabbang, everything Atti have. The particular capital city called Savatthi has everything. Now, we also call the similar situations, right? When you say a particular city, this city has everything. It is the capital city. All the facilities are there. You can go, you can get everything, right? So Savatthi is that kind of capital city of Kosala, state Kosala. All right. Viharati, that means, what is Viharati? Dwell or stay or live sometime. Huh? And then what is the next? Jetavane. Everybody can understand what does Jetavana mean. Huh? But why these two terms were given? What is the real name of the temple? This is a temple. Jetavana Anatha Pindikas. Two people. Huh? Who are these two people? Who are these two people, young folks? Jetha was the original owner of the land, right? Jetha is a prince. Prince Jetha. And here, this is another person over here, the actual buyer is Sudatta. Sudatta, or Anatha Pindika. All right. All right. Now, the temple was called Jetavana Rama, but in the suttas, we understand it goes by Jetavane Anatha Pindika Sarami. Why it was given by the two people's name? It was given from the seller's name and the buyer's name. Who is the seller? Jetha. Who is the buyer? Anatha Pindika. Right? So Anatha Pindika found a nice area in the south of Savatthi city. And then he understood it is owned by the Prince Jetha. So then he said, can you give me this land? I want to make a temple for the Buddha. He said, if you bring gold and then cover the whole land, I don't think I'll be able to give it to you. Then Anatha Pindika brought all the gold and just covered the whole land. And then there was only one small space left he could not bring. So he asked somebody to bring gold to cover that place. Then Jetha said, no, it's okay. I understand that you're so committed to the Buddha. I give that area free. So the whole land I'm going to give you for 18 crores. Koti, the ancient Indian way of calculation. So Jetha, Prince Jetha sold the property for 18 crores. Kotia. 18 crores. So Anatha Pindika bought the land for 18 crores. And Anatha Pindika spent another 18 crores to build the buildings. And not even that, he also spent another 80 crores to establish the infrastructure. Now how many crores he spent altogether? Some folks?
54.
54 crores.
54.
This is what we know from the commentary. 18 crores to buy the land, and he got a kind of a discount for the last space because he could not find the goal. He was asking somebody to bring, but during that time, he said, it's okay, don't worry. I can see that you are so passionate, enthusiastic, and I'll give that free. So he bought the land for 18 crores. Then he spent another 18 crores to build the buildings, avasas, kutis, and all that, the monks' places, and another 18 crores to establish the infrastructure, be water, so on and so forth. 4 crores. And it is said that it took 9 months for the whole offering of the land and the property. It was a big ceremony. Anyways, I just wanted to give you kind of a grassroots knowledge about what happened with this thing. But nobody noticed why the 2 names were here. It is because the seller's name here and the buyer's name. Actually, finally, it was the both who spent money. Jeta gave some free thing. Anathapindika is the one who bought the whole land, spent the whole money. Actually, Sudatta was his real name. But then because he was giving a lot of alms and food to everybody, he became Pindika, Anatha. So he's offering food to those who have who are hopeless, probably who have no help, who's no support. So he was not only respecting monks and nuns, he also respected a lot of people who had no help in terms of the food. In today's world, how do we call this man, dumb folks? He's a very good. He's one of the best for I would say homeless people, those who need food. Yes.
Philanthropist.
Philanthropists. There are a lot of philanthropists nowadays. But this Anathapindika is more focused on the food, giving food. I remember there was a time the Deva in his house, the door, the first entry gate, he found out that once all the food and gold and everything were washed away by a flood. Now the banker Anathapindika was really unhappy, thinking what I can do now, how I'm going to offer dana. One night, this particular Deva came to his bed chamber. He said, you know what, I am the Deva in your house door. So I came here. Now you know what happened. Do not offer that much dana, right? See what happened to you. You need to stop now, right? Then it is said that the banker Anathapindika chased the Deva. Get out of my house. I still want to offer dana. That was a very interesting incident actually happened. When this was told to the Buddha actually recited, explained another Jataka story to Anathapindika. You are not like this in this life. You were like this even many, many lives. You did not leave your good attitude. Whatever happened to you, you continue. All right. More stuff here. Jetavani Anathapindikas. So Anathapindika is another name. Sudatta, and Jetavana is the seller. He also donated some part of the land. So, but he's primarily the seller. Arame. Arama means the place where you attach. Ram. This word called ram. You can see ram here. Ram is to attach. Attach. So Arame is the place where you kind of like to stay attached. Arame, right? Because during the time of the Buddha, the temples were not constructed just because temples want to give services to people. Temples were natural places where people can come, enjoy the nature, and then, because the practice was the most important part. Not like a temple in today's world, just serving for the service culture. You have to change depending on them, but that is how we see it. Ekang Samaya, one time, Bhagava, the blessed one, Savatyang, the capital city of Kosala state, Viharati means live, Jetavani, Anathapindika. So that means he was living at Anathapindika's ground in Jeta's food. Jeta is the primary seller. Then, Athako Anyatara Devata Abhikantaya Rattiya. Now, there is that particular Deva who was sent by the Sakka, now is coming. Can anybody imagine the time that this Deva might have come? Must have come. Normally, Devas are coming to see the Buddha in the first watch of the night. In the first watch of the night. So, then what happened? Then Athako Anyatara. What is Anyatara? Certain. The Deva's name is not known, unknown Deva. Devata. Devata. Why it is not Deva? Why it is Devata? This is another term for deity, right? Deva or Devata. Abhikantaya Rattiya. Rattiya? What does Rattiya mean? Some folks? Rattiya?
Night.
Night.
Night. Abhikanta. Abhikanta. Now this is a prefix. Abhi is a prefix. Then here kang. Kang is to evade, or I would say to curb. But abhikantai, that means another meaning is surpass, to curb or to emulate or to curb, to go beyond. There are many meanings. So here I would say surpass. The contextual idea is surpass. Surpassing.
Beauty.
No, it is here. It is here, the same idea, but surpassing the night. Or I would say here, at the end of the night, abhikanta means finish. Let's take here, because it has the same meaning. Abhikanta means end or beyond. Beyond, or at the end of the night. Abhikantaya Rattiya. At the end of the night. Abhikanta Vanna. Vanna? Vanna means beauty. Yeah? Surpassing the beauty. Abhikanta. So Abhikanta has many meanings. End, beyond, surpass, going beyond. So here, Abhikanta Vanna, surpassing the beauty. Whose beauty was the Deva trying to surpass though?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Buddha.
No, nobody can surpass the Buddha's Buddha's beauty. Jetavana's beauty. Jetavana. Jetavana is a beautiful place, natural place. Now, this is why we're talking about Jetavana. So now the Deva, the certain Deva, has come to the Jetavanarama at the end of the night and is surpassing the beauty of this Jeta's wood, called Jetavanarama. Then Kevala Kappang Jetavana. Kevala Kappang, entire, the whole, right? The whole Jetavana. Facing whole. Kevala Kappang Jetavana. Jetavana. Obhasetva. Obhasetva. That means, Obhasetva means lighting up, or I would say illuminating, lighting up. Oh, beautifying, beautifying the whole Jetavana. And then, Yena Bhagava Tenupasankam. Wherever the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha was staying, he approached that particular place. Right? Atako Anyatara Deva, Anya means certain deity. At the end of the night, that could be after the night, the first watch of the night, and surpassing the beauty of the Jetavana and illuminating the whole Jetavana temple, monastery, and then approach the place where the Buddha was staying. All right.
Bhante, can I ask a question? This is Annie. What
Yes.
time is the first watch?
That's a difficult question. It could be early night. Probably some people say it could be from 12 to 2. But we have some suspicions about the exact time, because at that time we don't call 1 to 2, 3 to 4. There are no numbers, right? They only say the first period of the night. So you can't say from the hours that we know today. The time that the Manusas are not approaching the Buddha. The first night.
Thank you.
Couldn't be the morning though. All right. All right. So then we go into the second part of what happened. Upasankamitva, now having approached Bhagavantan, the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. What was the first thing he did? Abhivaditva, having worship. Having worshipped the Shakyamuni Buddha. Ekamantang attas. Yeah, these two are very important. Let's talk about these two a little bit more. Ekamanta. What is Ekamanta?
One side.
Now, if the person is here, it is not the behind. It is not the front. It is not the exact left or right. It should be a side. Ekamanta means you are not going to stay exactly behind that person or exactly in front of that person or to the straight right or straight left. You are sitting on a side. Actually, we do that to respect that person. So Devas normally take that way, right? Devas normally take that approach because as a respect to the Buddha. So now that is Ekamanta. What is Attasi? Attasi? Attasi means stood. Have you ever heard this word in contrast to Attasi? Nisidi. Why it is Attasi? Why it is not Nisidi? Nisidi means?
Sit down.
Sat down. This means sat down. But now Attasi here means?
SAT set.
Yes. Sat down, yes. Attasi means stood. Yes. Stood. Any differences?
Yes.
Now let's talk about that difference. Right? The difference here is that it is said Devas do not like coming to the human world, thinking it is very impure and a dirty place for them. That is what the commentary says. It is as if a human goes to a dirty place, being very careful about the tools, probably wearing a mask, probably wearing some other gears, different wares, right? They are very careful. So the Devas are very careful when they come to the human world because they think it's a dirty place. They are, in their interpretations, it is said that Devas, particularly from the Tavatimsa, they think that it is not a what you call good place for them. That is why Deva even doesn't like to take a sit. Deva doesn't sit here in this occasion. So he simply stood to the side. Right? This is one interpretation given in the commentary. But you might argue, you might think that then what about the Buddha? Buddha is a human. He's not Deva. Right? There are two contexts. So Deva only stood to side. That means he wants to go back faster. He doesn't like to stay longer there. That is why stood, not sat down like Nisidi. Eka mantang tita. Now this is the past participle. Past participle of the sit one. Sorry, the stand one. Eka mantang tita kosa devata. While standing on one side, that particular god or deity, Bhagavantang gathaya ajabasi, recited his question in a verse to the blessed one, see the Buddha. Ajabhasi. Any questions over here? This section? All right. If not, we're going to go to this part, the verse. Bahu deva manussacha mangalani achintayu. Now, what is Bahu? Many. Bahu means many. Deva, it is manussa, humans. Let's say humans are not men. Mangalani achintayum. They were thinking, they thought about what could be the Mangalas like, real Mangalas, because they already had a prior understanding of what Mangala could be. Yeah? What was that? What was their understanding of Mangala? Devas and humans. I already shared with you. What was the existing understanding about what Mangala? Ditta Mangala.
Sutta
What is
Maṅgala.
Sutta Mangala? Mutta Mangala. What is Ditta Mangala?
What you see.
What you see is Mangala. Sutta Mangala?
What you hear,
What you hear is Mangala. Mutta Mangala?
what you smell, taste, and touch.
You smell, taste, and touch. These are none other than the 5 pleasures. Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, Pottabba, Dhamma. Right? Dhamma is not included, but Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, Pottabba. Actually, are these Mangalas? They can be Mangalas, right? In our daily life, it could be Mangala, but they are not the Mangalas that the Buddha identifies. The person you see in the morning, or things you see in the morning, or during the day, or what you hear, right? They are not particularly the true Mangalas according to Buddha in his own way. That is why he said there are 38. Now, this will be said in the following stanzas. So many devas and humans, they thought as to what the Mangalas are. Then Akankamana Sottana. Akankamana. Akankamana means expecting, desiring. Sottana. Well-being, safety, right? That is why they even thought about what the Mangalas are. And also the Deva is asking from the Buddha for the safety, for the well-being of the human beings and the Deva. Please, Bruhi Mangala Muttamam. Uttama means supreme. Suprema. Mangala means blessing. Bruhi means please say. It's a polite way of asking. Please say. Bahu Deva Manussacha Mangalani Achintan. Akankha Mana Sotthanang Bruhi Mangala Muttama. All right. So, any questions about this part? Any questions? Now, this background story raises some questions about the Devas' existence, actually. Now, one question that somebody can think is that, is Buddhism atheist? Right? Does Buddhism support atheism? Is Buddhism a type of atheism, dumb folks? A good question, right? A modern question. What is atheism? Anybody?
One God.
Atheism? What does atheism primarily mean? Atheism means
Not believe in God.
not believe in the existence of the God,
Mm.
presence of the gods or deities. If so, is Buddhism atheist? Does the Buddha then, according to the text, not believe the presence of the gods or deities? Not at all. We believe the presence of the deities, devas. Right? We believe. So we cannot deny the presence of the devas, because if we do so, we have a fundamental issue in not understanding the presence of the what we call different realms that we don't know. Buddhism does not support atheism, but the Buddha or Buddhism does not support the creation theory by the deities. That is a difference. The creation of the existence, according to Buddhism, we don't say that it was created by the gods, deities. It is not. It's a natural evolution, right? But we believe the presence of the deities, although we cannot sometimes prove with the scientific things. All right, so that is how we see a deity comes to see the Buddha and then ask the question. All right, so we come to the questions Q&A area, Q&A time. Any questions?
Bhante,
We have
just a
time.
thought. How did the Deva and the Buddha communicate? In what language? Just a thought.
Interesting question. What we know is that the Buddha used the vernaculars. Now, this is a question about the state language of Magadha. Normally, it is said it is Magadhi. The vernacular, the state language of Magadha, where the Buddha spent, he spent 19 years in the Savatthi, right? City of Savatthi. Not even 9, yeah, probably longer than that. So he used Magadhi. It is said he used Magadhi. And so because Pali does not, now the word Pali, we don't have a language called Pali, but Pali was a word in the Magadhi language, but now it was said that it is Pali, because Pali was taken in the sense of the Tipitaka. Pali is Tipitaka, nothing else. But the original language name is Magadhi. It's a Prakrit. It's an Indian Prakrit. Huh? So it's not Sanskrit, but it's a Prakrit. So we believe that it could be the pronunciation, it could be the ideas that the both could communicate at that point. So we cannot say how a direct answer that this is how they discuss, but they were able to discuss through the Magadhi language.
Thank you.
So Magadhi language, it's a Prakrit. Other questions about today's lesson? Well, till you come up with a question. Now, I said Maṅgala, when you talk about blessings, there are 38 blessings that we see here. And most, I would say, overall, these blessings have to be created, right? as we probably know, the first blessing is Asevanacha Balana, right? Asevanacha Balana. That means not associating the
Fools.
Huh?
Not associating with fools, but the wise.
Foolish.
we call them in a bit civilized language.
Foolish.
Unwise people. Huh?
Wise, yeah.
We don't call fools. That's why you have to be careful. Unwise people. People don't get embarrassed or like, you know, that FOOL a little bit dangerous to say to somebody, yeah, even to think about. So unwise people, because I think the first blessing we create in our life is being with the wise people, because that is the starting point of our progress, spiritual and any type of progress. Let's say you are a good person, but you are always surrounded by unwise people. Okay? Even though you want to do something good, it is very difficult for you to, live out, because you have influence from them. That is why we have another term for the wise people, Kalyana Mittas, noble friends. So if you do not create that blessing, then that means you will not make any blessing. That is a problem. Right? So they have to be created. They don't just appear naturally. All right, any issues with pronunciation or anything else here? Let's go back again to the text one more time. So the whole section we did today, they were not what the Buddha said, right? It was the narration, right? It was the narration. Somebody is reporting, one monk is reporting to the Sanghayana, first council. This was what happened. Like in the Ratana Sutta, Yani the Bhutani Samagatani, right? And first couple of stanzas were not said by the Buddha. They were the reporting sections of the monks in the first council. So we have to pick that too. Otherwise, we kind of don't understand very well what the Buddha said, what the Sangiti monks said. We'll take one more minute, and if not, we're going to transfer the good karmas to the devas, the parallels and the devas.
I just want to check the pronunciation of Anathapindikasa. Is that correct?
Can you repeat again?
Anathapindikasa.
Yes, you are right. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Anathapindikasa. I think some people find another problem here. Like, let's say when they want to read this kind of, even this one. So they have to have a pause somewhere, right? Anathapindikasa. Or let's say somewhere here, abhikkham. They don't know where to make the pause. Somewhere has to make the pause. Otherwise, you can't read the whole thing very fast. Abhikkanta Vanna. Vanna is the color of beauty. Abhikkanta means surpassing. Like here, you don't say Kevala Kappa. You say Kevala Kappa. Right? Here, this is a combination. What is the combination here, some folks? It's a grammar combination. We call Sandhi. Tena
Upasangkami.
Upasang. Come this way. You have to put this dot here. So tena upasankam, because this takes time to read. And why a lot of words in Pali have been combined together? What is the reason for that? Why a lot of words have been combined together?
To meter.
To make the
Is
meter.
it,
Meter, the idea
is
of
it arranged in
meter.
a stanza there, Bhante?
Indra, what is it?
Is it to arrange or make it proper in stanzas style?
I don't get what you mean. What do you say?
If it's not combined, there will be too many words.
Too many
So
words.
when-
So it is for the
Oh,
preservation.
sorry, too many letters. Yeah.
It is for,
Or words.
because,
Yeah.
because up until many centuries later, because I think mostly at least the first, second centuries, it came as an oral tradition. It was not written down. So monks, they don't need to keep bulky books, what you call a lot of readings in their mesmerization, right? For memorization. So that is why they combine. Because it, like when something that you want to memorize, you want to memorize in the shortest way possible, right? That is why these words have been combined a lot. So when it is combined, we want to know that this is a combination. So tena upasankam. Approach there, right? Tenupa sankam. So if somebody is to say that tenu pasankami, then there is a small issue. Tenu pasankami, tenupa sankam. That is why you have to get used to the recitation part, right? On the other hand, if you take another word, upasanka mitva, upasankami. Sankamitva, you could say upasankamitva. But when you pronounce, you could say upasanka mitva. Bhagavantang. Abhivadetva. So when you make a pause, what is going to be easy for you? When you make a pause, you are able to pronounce the word in the proper way. But if you're trying to read the whole thing in one shy, it might take, you might sometimes mispronounce. All right, so let's then go to the sharing part, transference part. May all the good karmas that we've been accumulating today be transferred to the departed people, Nyatis, who passed away in the name of all of us. If the departed people were already reborn in a place of pain, I would say karma dukati, may they be able to use all these good karmas to be reborn in a better place, I would say karma sugati. If they are already in a place of karma sugati, may they be able to learn, practice, apply the Dhamma, and finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Idam me ñāti nang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam me ñāti nang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam me ñāti nang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Now see, we're going to share good karmas with the devas. It is not because devas want good karmas from us, but we are not selfish. Even we do a good karma, we need to share with others so that we are not going to be promoting any sakkaya ditti with our even good activities, kusala activities. That is why we do that. So may all the good karmas which we've been accumulating in all these ways be shared by all the devas, nagas, and mahikas. May devas, nagas, and mahikas be well and happy and bless and protect all of you, your family members, everybody in your families. May they bless your family members and you, good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. Because we need safety, we need good health to study Dhamma. If you are sick, you are not able to practice Dhamma easily, right? So, may Deva, Naga, Mahidika finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammihi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti sindhya. Ittavatacha ammihi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti sindhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti sindhya. Akasattha cha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumodinva chirang rakkhantu lokasasanam. Akasattha cha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu desanam. Akasattha cha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu mang paranti chirang rakkhantu tvang sadati. Chirang rakkhantu mang paranti. May devanaga mahindika protect myself to tvang sadati. May devanaga mahindika protect all of you. So when you do to yourself, do to other people. Also, let's make a very noble wish. May we be in the company of the Kalyanamitas, Panditas, Sappurisas, because these Kalyanamitas are very much helpful for the practice of the Dhamma. Although you know Dhamma, but if you are not surrounded by Kalyanamitas, it's a little difficult, not that easy. So we expect, we have the Buddha. The Buddha said we should have 2 Kalyanamitas. He said everybody has 1 Kalyanamitas. That means you all have me, but you should find out at least one another Kalyanamitas, right? May we be in the company of the Kalyanamitas and not with the Pavanitas who drag us, who deviate us from the path of Eightfold Noble Path. Thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu satang samagamu hutu yavanimbana patintiyam. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been accumulating throughout the online Pali reading class, both by learning how to pronounce and learning the contextual meanings of the known suttas, knowing the unknown of the known suttas with the pronunciation, be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silissa nichang vaddha pachayini chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati saminchatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for participating, and I wish you a good night. And see you next Thursday.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank you,
sadhu.
Bhante. Sadhu,
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See you next week.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Take care, Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you,
Bhante has a
Bhante.
nice trip to Malaysia
I am flying tomorrow night.
tomorrow.
We'll be there on Saturday early morning.
Bhante, wish you safe journey to Malaysia.
Yes.
Safe flight, safe journey. How long will you be here?
For the Vasa, the program. So till the end of September, maybe a little longer. I don't know. I mean, at the moment, till the end of Vasa. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wish you have a nice day, safe trip. If I have the time, I'll try to meet you in Kia. Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank
Wish you
you,
safe.
thank you,
for your time,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bhante, a safe journey to Malaysia.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wish you a happy and safe journey, Bhante.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy journey, Bhante.
Thank you, Kavita. Okay. Welcome.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Chăm nào biểu cảm cho